Now let's talk about this issue. This 54-year-old woman built her own prison in her house. When I say prison, I don't mean like prison she locked herself. Prison she locked other people inside. Basically, it's like she's her own police. She don't go to police station, no rehabilitation center, just in her own house, in her room, on her own. According to the police report, this woman has a beer parlor. Then she converted a whole section of her house into a prison cell. Now, if you buy something on credit from her and fail to pay her back her money, she's going to end up locking you in her prison cell in her own house. The police said she started this thing since January 2025 up to today, December 2025, and she has detained a total number of 36 men in her prison cell inside her house. Now, why is she doing this? The police report confirmed that the men that were detained were actually owing her money. Like if you take something on credit from her and you fail to pay back her money, she's going to detain you. And some others were actually detained because they were harassing the female staff in the bar. If you misbehave in a beer parlor, she's going to lock you up. Now, first of all, this woman did not just wake up one day and became a criminal. She woke up and realized that nobody is enforcing anything. No security, no accountability. So she was like, if the government will not create more prisons, let me help them create my own prison. But let's be honest, you can't just wake up one day and start converting your house into a kirikiri. That's not justice. That is kidnapping. Detain 36 grown men. No police badge, no arrest warrants, no handcuffs. Just pure confidence and padlock. At this point, let's give her an award. The most active law enforcement officer of the year. Because she's doing much more arrests than some actual police officers do. But here's the big issue. How did this thing went this far to the extent of creating her own prison in her own apartment? Honestly, it comes from one thing. A failed system. When people lose trust in the rule of law, when reporting a case in a police station feels useless, and the police did not show up until the situation got worse, then people start creating their own solutions. It's wrong, but it's humane. Now, from her point of view, she had drunk customers who are drinking her beer and refusing to pay her back her money, constantly harassing the women in the bar and causing chaos. So in her head, she was like, since the system will not protect me, let me protect myself. And sincerely, that's what she did. But still, even though the intentions behind her decision actually make sense, the execution is total bullshit. It doesn't make sense. It's completely illegal. You can't fight madness with your own custom madness. That's why there are laws and processes and there are courts and police stations. Not to build a prison on your own in your house. As well, that is illegal, full stop. Even if you detain the worst person in the world, the moment you cross into holding people hostage, you're no longer defending yourself, you're kidnapping them. And that's where her biggest mistake comes. She tried to replace the system instead of reporting the failures of the system. She took the justice into her own hands, but she crossed the line from trying to maintain an order into running an illegal detention center. So yes, I understand what happened here and I understand the frustration. The society failed her first. But the real point is, you don't fix a broken system by breaking the law. Her intention was reasonable, but the decision was totally off.